Alright, so last time we gave Devil Fruits to the entire cast of agents for Season 1 of ZZZ. Now that Season 2 is officially finished, we'll be moving on to those batches of characters in this video. If you aren't familiar with the criteria of how I've been going about this weird project of mine, I suggest you watch part 1 as I explain my reasoning there. I'm trying to save time here. While the number is smaller this time around, there's still a pretty sizable cast of characters we gotta get through. So let's just jump into it.
Swift yet still, clear yet murky. Ha!
Man, 2.0 started off with quite the bang by not only giving us the new Rupture agent off-rip, but also making said agent a Void Hunter. Oh, sorry, Void Hunter level investigator. Yeah, whatever, she's still strong as shit. Yijun's powers are kinda weird. Of course, being the leader of a bunch of Shaolin monks with ether manipulation techniques, that was to be expected. While not technically a weapon, the Qingming bird does serve her well in combat, even changing in size and form, often working together with Yijun for attacks. The game describes her particular element as auric ink, which made me think of the brush fruit, and how its user can bring to life any ink drawings they make. But that fruit's effectiveness is heavily dependent on the user's artistic ability, and given Yijun's lax nature, I doubt it'd be that useful for her. So fuck it, I'm just gonna lean heavily into the bird aspect, and give her the bird fruit Motto Phoenix. Like with most mythical Zoans, besides just turning into the animal itself, this fruit gives the user access to self-healing using their own Phoenix flames. Said flames can be shred to heal others as well, despite it not being as potent. While this fruit may lack the raw offensive power befitting of a Void Hunter, I still think it fits Yijun fairly well due to her knack for cleansing miasma from corrupted individuals. And because of Bird.
Listen to my roar!
I don't think it's a surprise that Fufu should get the strong fruit. This tiny tiger Thyron has always wanted to be viewed as an incredibly buff badass. So why not just give her that dream by letting her lift whole mountains? Basic ass power, but I know she'd be happy if she had it.
Have a taste of the Yunque Chef's unique technique!
Yet another obvious one. Pan Yinghu literally wears a walk pin on his head, so it'd be wrong not to give him the cook fruit. If anything, this would be a dream come true for him since he's also the financial manager of Yunque Summit, and constantly looks out for good deals for food ingredients. Financial struggles regarding food would be a thing of the past with this fruit since it can turn relatively anything into food. The biggest compromise for this, however, being the food's overall taste quality. While I do feel like Yinghu may have a problem with this particular drawback, beggars can't be choosers, and I feel like he'd find a way to get around it somehow with his skills.
Something that should have been mine all along. Taken by the hand of a blood relative. What could be better?
Okay, so I know Shuyuin isn't playable, but he still was introduced as a core member of Yunque Summit before flying solo, so I wanted to include him anyway. Plus, dude ended up getting the meanest glow up. While it's never truly explained why he has this darker form, we can only speculate that his experimenting with the Qingming sword made him this way, which he only really did because he wanted to rid his sister of the Blade's curse. With that in mind, I thought maybe the dark fruit would fit him best, as this fruit does have the power to nullify other fruit powers upon contact with the user, and can even steal devil fruit powers entirely through a still currently unknown condition. At the end of 2.5, Shiyuin is still pretty adamant about ridding his sister of those negative effects from the sword, so having a devil fruit that can nullify all other powers might be the right fit for his edgy ass.
Yeshengguang of Yunque Summit, breaking all illusions!
Ah yes, the other Void Hunter character that not only shows up in Season 2, but within the same faction no less. Shungus, Ye Xingguang, is the new very recently titled Void Hunter, and wielder of the Qingming Sword, which grants the user immense power, at the cost of developing Alzheimer's. Xiao Guang's whole thing is basically unlimited blade works, but taken literally. How many swords? All the swords. So many swords that I think the Dice-sized fruit might be doing her an injustice. Of course, I also wanted to have a bit of fun here too. One of the core things the Qingming Sword robs you of is your memories, so why not just give Shungus the power to steal and alter other people's memories for once with the Memo fruit? Look, 2.5 was a very polarizing patch for all of us. Let me have this!
Your luck's run out! Go, Kama! Woo! Haha!
Yuzuha leads an online forum group dedicated to ghost hunting, so it only made sense that she gets the Hollow fruit. The fruit allows the user to conjure ghosts known as hollows, which seem to come in two variants being tangible and intangible. Intangible hollows' main method of attack is passing through individuals, which results in the target feeling an overwhelming sense of self-negativity, effectively crippling any type of retaliation. Tangible hollows serve more like makeshift ghost bombs capable of taking many shapes and sizes. The user can also astral project their own form, giving off the illusion of being a ghost as well as her intimidation factor. Yuzuha's most famous trait is that she loves to prank people, so having an army of ghosts at her disposal would make her quite a lot of mischief.
Behold, the most symmetrical swordplay! Ha!
It took a bit of convincing, but I decided to give Alice the Snip fruit. Okay, so hear me out. Alice's main thing, besides being a scaredy cat, is wanting symmetry in mostly everything. So why not give her a power that lets her cut anything? That's basically what the Snip fruit does. While turning parts of your body into scissors may sound stupid, anything cut by them interestingly takes on the properties of paper, which can lead to a number of creative scenarios. Plus, anything Alice deems asymmetrical she can easily, fix.
Begging for mercy. Should have started with that. Yeah.
Hell yeah, Monato, my dog! Easily the best candidate for the Magma fruit. Nope, can't think of a single other agent in this game that deserves it besides him. Nope, no sir. But if there was, which there totally isn't, I guess the Heat fruit would be a suitable secondary choice, based on how Monato lights his weapon on fire with his own fist. God, he's so cool.
In the name of the Night Emissary! Pretty, right?
There's two fruit options that I thought of for Lucia, being the Millet fruit and the Viso fruit. The former lets the user create dumplings from their cheeks, which when fed to an animal, completely tames and makes them subservient to the user. For about a month at most. Think like catching a Pokemon, only with dumplings. I thought that fruit made some sense since Lucia tends to treat ethereals like hostile territorial animals rather than monsters due to her fascination with them. In her agent story, she even managed to do this with an ethereal dog she nicknamed Chestnut. The latter fruit allows the user to create illusions of any image they touch, this being slightly more fitting for her since this is almost one-to-one with how Lucia fights in combat. Extending this ability beyond just ethereals would be quite the power buff.
The next stage is the ending!
Yidhari, my love, my life, my beautiful Octomame! I'm giving her the bubble fruit because she loves bubble baths, and because I couldn't think of anything else. Like the name implies, the fruit allows the user to create and control bubbles.
Fucking bubbles!
You would think a fruit like this would be useless, but these bubbles can not only clean a target, can also drain them of their strength as well. This can also render the target in a clean state, which hinders their movement. If anything, this power could work really well in tandem with Yutari's tentacles that always have a nasty habit of latching onto pretty much whoever's nearby. Girl, you can drain all my strength, I don't care. Was it? I skipped 2.2? Oh, right. Seed.
Need a shower? It's raining shells!
Speed limiter disengaged.
Seed was a hard character to pick a fruit for at first. The best I got for her was the flower fruit, which I mainly picked because of her real name being Flora. But then I remembered her weird ability to mess with machinery, and while the magnet fruit kinda fits that bill, the clank link fruit goes one step beyond. While both fruits have similar mechanics in manipulating objects to form new types of machinery, the clank link fruit also allows the user to merge other machines together, along with themselves. The landscape can also be affected and used to merge other creations even further into colossal mechs. Seed's power surprisingly wasn't talked about much, so I think it'd be cool if she could merge other parts of machinery with Seed Senior to give him a mid-combat upgrade.
Tactical strategy! Scorcher!
This is such a pain in the ass. They're technically two people sharing a body. I don't know, man. Maybe the Pum Pum fruit, since Magus is the leader of the squad, and in-game they're a sub-DPS support. I don't know, I got nothing.
Revenge is a path of no return. Onwards to battle!
Isolde gets the revive fruit. Because she's my wife, I love her, and I just want to see her again. She deserved to live. She didn't need to die. I could have saved her, Hoyo. I could have saved her.
A complaint? Too late for that!
While I'm not confident it's the most fitting fruit for her, Dylan gets the flower fruit. The fruit lets the user sprout any of their body parts onto any surface, including living things. She does have an actual power to hear the voices of the dead. That kinda falls more into observation hockey. Plus, that doesn't quite explain her ability to enlarge her limbs for combat, which is something the fruit can do if the user compacts multiple limbs together to make a giant one, as well as other things if the user is creative enough. Pretty out there power, but I could see Dylan using this to get more positive reviews from her customer service shop.
End this hatred! Gah!
Oh great! It's the lion. Yeah, as much as it pains me to say it, Banyue is a better candidate for the magma fruit. Seems like this man's whole existence is to keep one-upping my boy. Even the game pointed it out. Like, come on.
I call this move Funny Slash Combo!
Zhao, or as a friends call her, Zhao Zhao, is pretty much one step away from being classified as a mink in One Piece. What's a mink? Basically a furry. With electric powers. Really wanted to give her a fruit that matched her philosophy of equivalent exchange and value, but I couldn't think of anything. So I decided to give her the Snow fruit. My reasoning? Well, Zhao's supposed to be based off of a mythical figure known as the Moon Rabbit, and an attack name used by the fruit's user is called Snow Rabbit. Is it kinda lazy? Sure, but seeing as how Zhao is currently our only other S-rank defense agent after 2 years of this game's launch and a whopping 5 electric attack agents, I feel like that laziness is justified.
Bid farewell. Yes, tomorrow!
Chromia, my love, my life, my beautiful local goth mommy that walks up to me needing a new pet to play with.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Chromia gets the Com fruit, which allows the user to create soundproof barriers. These barriers prevent any sound from entering or exiting, and the user can also eliminate any sound they make as well. Simple power, but in the hands of an expert assassin like Chromia, would make her even more terrifying than she already is.
I want to send all the bad guys flying! Ah!
You know, it's so surreal that this group finally made their debut. Remember back when their placeholder name was Virtual Idols? Crazy. I expected finding a fruit for each of the Angels of Delusion to be pretty tough. Suna is the composer of the group, so the Tone fruit kinda made sense for her, which lets the user turn parts of their body into instruments. The sound made from the user is capable of hurting any target unlucky enough to hear it. A fairly unorthodox power for her, but hey, at least she can use it in combat.
Angel Ultimate! Wink wink! Huh?
Arya is the lead vocalist of AOD, meaning obviously I thought about the Sing Sing fruit being a possibility for her. But, not trying to be mean, is her singing a result of actual talent or programming? Sure, Arya can sing, but she got her start mimicking her mentor/idol, and was even awoken from slumber by one of Circus's songs. Based on that question, maybe the Kopi Kopi Numi could also work, as that allows the user to copy other Devil Fruit powers. But maybe that's a stretch for an intelligent construct that's only mimicked one voice? I don't know, we could also just give her the Kila Pila fruit since she does a lot of butt stomps. Yeah, that kind of works.
Here I come. Thanks for watching. The harmony!
You know, it is so strange how the leader of this group is surprisingly the least we know about. Sure, she's the lead dancer and choreographer, but there's a giant elephant in the room that I feel like we failed to address. Nong Gong Yu is a Thyran, and her wings and halo are legit. It's not flat out stated what kind of Thyran she is, but what animal could possibly have a halo? Questions for later. There is technically a dance fruit. It's another Premier Show exclusive one, meaning it's non-canon as fuck. So let's just give her the Luck fruit based off Nong Gong's uncanny ability to just win at life.
Now you're the prey. Cha!
Last but certainly not least is my love, my life, my beautiful snake wife Sissia. I've avoided giving Thyran Zoan fruits out of redundancy, but Sissy is an exception because I feel like she's not snake enough. Luckily for her, there are 3 different snake fruits to choose from. Model Anaconda, King Cobra, and Yamato no Orochi. The first 2 are your standard Zoan fruit, with the last being a mythical Zoan that lets the user survive decapitation up to 8 times. This is a classic case of pick your poison. Pun intended. Speaking of poison, I decided to run heavily with that phrase. Based on her venom mechanic in-game, the Venom fruit would also be a decent option. The fruit basically turns the user into a walking toxic factory, allowing them to create and utilize poison in multiple ways, even being able to cover themselves with poison for a type of makeshift defense. While it may seem like a pretty busted fruit for a more cowardly character like Sissia, I couldn't help but give it an honorable mention for my beautiful snake waifu. Alright, that wraps up all of Season 2's cast. While this season did have a large amount of criticism from most fans, I still liked and pulled for a lot of agents in 2.0 and onward. Hell, at the time of me recording this, Season 3 has also shared a fair bit of criticism with its agents, and it's not even out yet. Now, I admit, I don't really fuck with the whole high society civilization thing that seems to be going on in Rose Caliper. Also, not many agents particularly caught my eye this time around compared to Season 2's teaser. That being said, I'm still interested in what comes next story-wise, and I might end up coming around to some of these guys later on, you never know. But that's enough of me rambling. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, all that jazz. And I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Take care.